There are things in this world that cannot be explained. Urban legend, mystery toilet. Back in the day, researching this was astonishing. As in the newspaper about a boy that traveled through time, he said, and I quote, "I walked around and it got quiet and I saw a toilet outside. I picked up the head and flushed it. It works, but there's no pipes in it. On top of that, the seat had a note on a paper. Make 3 wishes. Only one will come true at random. Also, warning," it said at the bottom. "The space you're in is dimensional. If you walk behind me, you'll go 5 years into the future. Walk beside me, and it's a mystery random time." I made my wish and flushed it in the toilet, and I walked behind the toilet, and I got a fuzzy, almost cloudy. Then but where I ended up was kind of weird. The year I was in was 2012. Now it's 2017. Everyone I saw was weird clothes, and I walked home, but there was no one there. I asked the neighbors, and they said the mom passed away and the father moved out. Their son disappeared. The boy went to the newspaper and asked to print the story. The father came at the exact spot that was posted on the newspaper. He said, "My son's gone. You're not my son. Even the birthmark on your face is on the opposite side of your face. Now I must go. Don't ever call me again." He's right. My birthmark is on the opposite side of my face. Have I inverted all of my scar marks to the opposite in this world? I left and I went looking for work in construction. The story ends there. The paper dropped it as a hoax. Was this really real? Or was it just a story? Now, I think it's time to tell you my story. But there are so many things that always happen. Even though I read this in a newspaper, I kind of felt nostalgic. Did this really happen? Why was this on the newspaper? And who was this person? He did have on himself an old phone, a razor phone, that hasn't been used even to this day. Hell, our technology is all Apple iPhones, but back in the day, people used to use razor phones. But it's so weird for him to see such technology on him. And his shoes were also outdated, as well as his clothing, which led me to believe that the story might be true. He had things that, back in those days, people would use, like charm bracelets, and as well as various different other trinkets. I tried to reach out to this person to see if I can get more information. However, it went dark. I really wanted to know if this story was true. However, I chucked it off as an urban legend. Could this really have happened? Well, only time will tell. But whenever they say you knock on any doors, one is about to open. And when that does open, a story will be told. Now, truth be told, I thought this was an urban legend. But far from it. And about the 5 years, interesting. Could that really happen? Could you travel through time? That's the one that boggled me the most. And also, I wanted to know if his wish was granted. He made 3 wishes and he chucked it down the toilet and flushed it. Did his wish ever come true? It still boggled me to this day. Maybe his wish did come true, and in some aspect. But it's just so bizarre. The part about where he said about his face, where all his marks and birthmarks were on the opposite side. Would that happen to me? Will the scars that I have be on the opposite side? That would be totally unusual. But then again, to be inverted in time means to invert oneself. People say that it is possible to time travel. However, I don't know myself. All I know is just the stories that I hear. Can a toilet really do that? And also, where did this item come from? Truth be told, if it was real, can a toilet really do that? Could it, come to life in some way? There's so many questions, yet less answers. Now it's time for my story to begin. Shall we? Let us begin. As I was walking home, on a normal day, I was minding my own business. It was a nice, pleasant day outside, and it was so bright. As I was walking home, there was a lot of traffic around, and so a lot of noise was there. But I noticed when I was walking in a particular area, all the noise stopped. No noise at all. It was so bizarre. And as I looked to the side, I noticed there was a toilet right there, outside. How strange to see something like that out there. It was just right there, minding its own business. And it was so quiet. So then I looked at it and I flushed it. It works. Yet I tilted to the side and there's no pipes. I still remember that story. Quiet place, toilet flush, yet no pipes. As I opened the seat cover, I noticed that the wishes make 3 random wishes on a paper and flush it down the toilet. Would I really do that? Well, I did so anyway. Because I've never seen anything like it. Come on, it's outside in the middle of nowhere. You tell me if that's bizarre. But hey, I followed the instructions and flushed the toilet with my piece of paper, and now I kind of waited there, thinking something would happen. Now I noticed there was a warning sign. If you walk behind me a few steps, you'll end up 5 years into the future. I still remember that to this day. So this is the toilet that he spoke of. It was real and not an urban legend. It's right there in front of me. So I thought about it for a moment, and I talked about a good moment to myself. What should I do? Should I walk backwards? What would happen? And if it is true, also, will my wishes come true? That's another thing I also worried about. But at least I made those wishes because I wanted to see if it would happen. I boggled the mind in a few moments. Man, it's so quiet here. It was so much traffic, and now I don't hear a peep or a noise. It's so peaceful. I wanted to stay there for a little longer, but I had to make a choice. Should I go forward or stay? Remember, this kid lost everything when he took 5 years into the future. He lost everything. Your ID won't even matter. 5 years ahead. So, should I jump it or should I stay here? I thought about it, but I would be losing a lot going forward. I wouldn't know what to happen, and I was a little scared, to be honest. I mean, come on, wouldn't you be scared? You're going back in time. It'd be different it'd be totally different if you were going way back in time. But you're going ahead 5 years. So, I don't know. My mind was just boggled. I was even stuttering at the time. But you know what? I had to make a decision very soon. Because this toilet, at the end of the story, will disappear. As I just stood there, just thinking, maybe I should go. But then again, if something were to happen, my family would be devastated. And then, I would have nowhere to go. In the future, who's waiting for me there? But in the present, I have everything. So it was a hard decision. Everyone has to make a decision in their life, whether to move forward or to move back. It is something symbolic, and is something that is a chance that only you can decide. I can't make that decision even for you, let alone it was terrifying for myself. But yet, in that moment of time, I said to myself, it's not worth it. As much as I want to go forward, no. But there was a person that was standing there in a dark cloak, came to me, and they said, "What year is this?" I said, 2019. "Oh, then I'm heading in the right direction." And the person moved to the left, tilted sideways, and disappeared. Whoa, there must be a vortex or something there. How far is this person going? I'd rather not say. In the end, I didn't take the chance. I walked away. When I turned around, the toilet was gone. But I will say this, the toilet will appear again 7 more times. I read that at the very bottom of the side. So, if this is the 4th appearance, it still has 3 more to go. Well, if you see this toilet, be caution, because if you go forward in time, there's no turning back. Make your choices. Thank you for reading. Goodbye.